Imagine yourself entering a bank, taking millions of dollars, and then effortlessly escaping without a trace. All the way from underground tunnels to hooded masterminds. These are the most incredible heists that have ever been recorded. What gave them the idea? Do you happen to know where they are? How many people were able to avoid consequences? Watch this video because some of these crooks accomplished the unthinkable, while others were apprehended in the most baffling manner imaginable. The top 10 heists of all time are about to be revealed. Let's get started! Number 1. The Bybit Cryptocurrency Heist, 2025. One of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, Bybit, had a serious security breach in February 2025. The worst digital robbery that has ever happened was when hackers stole over 401,000 Ethereum tokens, which are worth about $1.5 billion. The assault started when Ben Zhao, CEO of Bybit, gave the go-ahead for a regular transfer of $80 million from a cold wallet, which is a secure way to store cryptocurrency, to a wallet that was more easily accessible. The fact that the cold wallet had been completely drained became apparent shortly thereafter. The abrupt loss triggered a panic, as the exchange's liquidity was jeopardized by the influx of more than 200,000 withdrawal requests in just 1 hour. BitGet and Antalpha were among the other cryptocurrency companies that stepped in quickly to help Bybit restore their operations by providing emergency money. The North Korean state-sponsored hacking group Lazarus Group was implicated in the hack by the FBI. The group is notorious for exploiting cryptocurrency platforms to finance government operations. The importance of strong cybersecurity measures in the dynamic cryptocurrency business was brought to light by this incident, which demonstrated the weaknesses of digital asset platforms. Number 2. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum Art Theft, 1990. Two guys entered the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston on March 18, 1990, disguised as police officers. Police said they were responding to a report of a disturbance. They got past the security officers once they got inside and stole 13 works of art, including works by Rembrandt and Vermeer. The stolen artwork had a market worth of $300 million. One of the most notable unsolved art thefts in history. The whereabouts of these artworks remain unknown, despite exhaustive investigations and a $10 million reward. Number 3. The Antwerp Diamond Heist, 2003. In what has been called the heist of the century, the Antwerp Diamond Heist occurred at the Antwerp World Diamond Center in Belgium during the weekend of February 15th and 16th, 2003. More than $100 million worth of gold, diamonds, and other gems were stolen. 2.5 years before the heist, the building's office had been rented by Leonardo Bartolo, who lied about being an Italian diamond merchant. His credibility was boosted, and he was granted entrance to the premises as a result. Infrared heat detectors, a seismic sensor, Doppler radar, a magnetic field, and a lock with 100 million potential combinations were all disregarded by the burglars. Using covert cameras posed as pens, they investigated the vault's security measures and even constructed a mock-up to run through their procedures. Attackers used hairspray to deactivate thermal motion sensors and aluminum plates to obstruct the security system's ability to detect magnetic fields on the night of the crime. A small mistake led to the final capture of the robbers, despite their sophisticated strategies. A local hunter found the evidence they threw away in the adjacent woodland after the robbery. A receipt containing a link to Nodar Bartolo was among the discarded things. His 10-year prison term was a direct result of this finding, which led to his arrest. Sadly, the majority of the jewels that were taken were never found again. Number 4. The British Bank of the Middle East Robbery, 1976. A faction linked to the Palestine Liberation Organization attacked the Beirut branch of the British Bank of the Middle East in January of 1976 amidst the Lebanese Civil War. They broke into the bank's vault using explosives and stole valuables worth an estimated £25 million, or more than £162 million today, in gold, jewels, and cash. Unfortunately, the loot was never recovered, and the theft is still considered one of the biggest bank robberies ever. Number 5. The Great Train Robbery, 1963. The daring plot to hijack the Royal Mail train between Glasgow and London was carried out by a team of 15 criminals on August 8, 1963. The Great Train Robbery was an operation that stole £2.6 million, or around £50 million in today's money. At Buckinghamshire's Bridego Bridge, the bandits used signal manipulation to halt the train. After the robbers failed to get the mainline diesel-electric locomotive running as planned, they brutally attacked the train crew, including driver Jack Mills, who was hit with an iron rod. After that, 120 out of 128 mailbags carrying cash were unloaded by the gang. The bandits went back to their hiding place at Leatherslade Farm after the theft. Their scheme fell apart, though, when they neglected to wipe the farm clean of evidence. Their downfall came about because they made a critical error that led to their capture: fingerprints on a Monopoly game they had played while hiding. One of the thieves, Ronnie Biggs, was sentenced to 30 years in prison, but he famously escaped and lived in locations like Brazil and Australia for decades, avoiding capture. In 2001, he willingly went back to the UK for medical reasons and was reincarcerated. The fact that a large sum of the stolen funds were never recovered, even after the arrests, adds to the historical heist's ongoing fascination. Number 6. The Brink's-Mat Robbery, 1983. Near London's Heathrow Airport, 6 masked assailants stormed the Brink's-Mat's warehouse on November 26, 1983. The team was surprised to find £26 million, or about £111 million now, in gold bullion instead of cash. One of the gang members' brother-in-law and a warehouse security guard named Anthony Black helped the burglars get inside. Once inside, they brutally attacked the guards, doused them with gasoline, and threatened to light them on fire unless they divulged the vault's combination. The gang then escaped the area after loading 6,800 bars of gold into their vehicles. The massive theft startled the country and earned it the moniker, the crime of the century. Multiple violent incidents occurred soon after the heist. A curse supposedly connected to the stolen bullion was the cause of the murders of several people involved in the gold's laundering. Not all of the gold was found, even after thorough searches. Much of it was probably melted down and mixed in with real gold market, so it's almost hard to find anymore. Among the most infamous robberies in British history, the Brink's-Mat theft demonstrated the gullibility of security systems and the extreme measures thieves will take to take advantage of them. Number 7. The Banco Central Burglary, 2005. The bold scheme to rob the Banco Central in Fortaleza, Brazil, was carried out by a group of thieves in August 2005. While posing as a landscaping business, they spent 3 months excavating a tunnel that led to the bank's vault, which is 78 meters or 256 feet in length. Because of their careful preparation, they were able to get past the bank's security measures and into the vault without anybody noticing. Roughly $70 million, or 160 million Brazilian reais, was the amount the gang was able to pilfer. Some gang members were apprehended in the end, even though the execution was very complex. Even if some of the money was eventually recovered, the crime is still considered one of the biggest bank robberies that has ever happened. Number 8. The Securitas Depot Robbery, 2006. At the Securitas Cash Depot in Tunbridge, Kent, a gang committed the biggest cash theft in British history in the early hours of February 22, 2006. About £53 million was stolen by the criminals. Colin Dixon, the depot manager, his wife, and their small boy were abducted at the outset of the well-planned operation. The gang, posing as police officials, kidnapped Dixon's family and held them captive to get Dixon to cooperate. Dixon gave in to the bandits' demands and let them into the depot. After breaking in, the group seized 14 employees and piled the cash onto a truck. With military precision, the entire operation was carried out, and the heist was a success. No one was hurt. A thorough investigation was subsequently launched. A former mixed martial arts fighter named Lee Murray was one of several people apprehended by the authorities in connection with the crime. In the end, Murray was caught and put in jail after he ran away to Morocco. A large sum of the stolen funds is still missing, even though these individuals have been apprehended. Theories propose that the remaining £30 million was either hidden in the UK or laundered abroad. Reports indicate that it is still missing. A reassessment of security procedures and cash handling facilities across the UK has been prompted by the audacious and meticulously planned Securitas Depot theft. Number 9. The Hatton Garden Heist, 2015. A well-orchestrated break-in at London's Hatton Garden Safe Deposit Company was executed by a gang of middle-aged and older males over the 2015 Easter weekend. The thieves broke into the vault using heavy machinery, drilled holes in the wall, and stole valuables worth an estimated £14 million from a number of safe deposit boxes. Because the thieves were so elderly, the public took notice of the crime and gave them the moniker Bad Grandpas. Much of the stolen property was never recovered, despite the arrest and conviction of most gang members. Number 10. The Pink Panthers jewel thefts. 2003 through present. Some of the world's most daring gem heists have been pulled off by the Pink Panthers, a worldwide gang of jewel thieves. Careful preparation and lightning-fast execution define their operations. Their 2003 notorious jewel theft, involving the smuggling of a 500,000-pound diamond into a container of face cream, drew comparisons to the plot of The Return of the Pink Panther. More than $500 million worth of stolen goods have been associated with more than 120 crimes that have taken place in 20 different countries. Even though they've been apprehended multiple times, the gang is still going strong, and a lot of their loot has remained lost. While some of these robberies ended in riches, others in jail, but either way, they all demonstrate that the truth is sometimes stranger than fiction. Kindly like, subscribe, and continue to check back for more shocking stories. If you found this entertaining, to what extent were you shocked by each of these heists? Will any of the riches that went missing ever be found? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Bye for now.